Hello students of class 6. Welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. It is the life science video and the chapter that I will discuss today is the digestive system, and this video is part 6. In the previous I have already made 5 videos from this chapter and I already completed the discussion about the digestive tract, that means alimentary tract, and different parts of it. So today I will start with the associated digestive glands. Okay. In this associative digestive glands, there are some very important glands are there. So first is the salivary gland. Then it also contains a liver and pancreas. Okay. So the first, salivary gland. So salivary gland is a very important part, and our digestive tract starts from our mouth, and the salivary glands are on our mouth. There are 3 types of the glands are present, like the parotid gland, submandibular gland and sublingual gland, and the overall secretion which is present, which are happening inside our mouth, they help in the mastication, they help in the lubrication of the food, they help to make the food soften and produce the bolus. Okay, there are 3 pairs of the salivary glands in the mouth cavity. Gland secreted saliva and liquid helps to moist the food, and in some part it is also can digest the carbohydrate type of the food, as well as it have the lysozyme which have the which can destroy the germs. It is named lysozymes. Okay. So the next gland, the biggest gland of our body is called liver. Okay, liver is the largest gland inside our body. It is located in the upper side of the abdominal cavity. Okay, and associated with the small intestine. It is actually comes in our alimentary canal, and it is located just upper part of the intestine. And liver secretes bile. Okay, the greenish yellow fluid that helps to breaking down large globules of the fat. The bile is very important to digest the fats. Okay, it have the bile canal or bile duct from which this bile can be secreted. Okay, and then the smaller droplets for chemical digestion. It can also form the droplets of the smaller parts of the fats can be produced. The bigger molecule of the fats can be destroyed and the produced, they are lysed down and produce the smaller molecules of the fat, smaller globules of the fat. The liver also helps in regulating the blood sugar level and in controlling the transport and the storage of the carbohydrate, because in our liver the carbohydrate can be stored. The liver loves carbohydrate very much. If you can give the liver in a perfect amount of the carbohydrate, it will work properly. Okay, the final is the pancreas. Pancreas is a very important organ because pancreas can secrete insulin. Insulin have a very important role to our body because insulin can form the glycogen from the sugar molecule, and it can be stored in our muscle and the liver, okay, for the future storage. But if from the pancreas the insulin are not secreted, then the level of the sugar in our blood will be increased, and it will causing the diabetes mellitus and any type of the diabetes. Okay, it secrete two type of the hormones, like one is insulin and second one is the glucagon. Glucagon have just the opposite reactions. What are the two? Like insulin and glucagon. Okay, insulin can produce glucose to glycogen, and it's stored in our liver muscles. Okay, and the glucagon's function is just the vice versa, like it can form glycogen, from the glycogen glucose. It can increase the blood glucose level of our body. It can destroy or lyses the sources or storage of the glucose in our body. So they have just the opposite roles. Okay, and all together they can regulate the glucose balance in our body, in our blood. So pancreas is also a one gland. This is associated with the small intestine and they secrete the pancreatic juice. And the secretion from the pancreas is called the pancreatic juice. It secretes the pancreatic juice which helps in the digestion because it have every type of the digestive juices are there, like amylolytic, which can digest the carbs, lipolytic, but a lipolytic amount is very small. It can lyse down the fat, it can digest the fat, and proteolytic. That means it can digest the proteins. Three types of there are present in the pancreatic juice, mostly the amylolytic and proteolytic, and the less amount of the lipolytic. Okay, and the pancreatic juice contains many enzymes such as starch digesting amylase and the protein digesting trypsin and the fat digesting lipase. Some examples of the amylolytic enzymes are amylase, here lipase, and here trypsin. Okay, so it is the all over about the glands which are present in our body, and beside that there are more glands are present and more juices are there, not glands, more juices are there which can also help in the digestion of carbohydrate, protein, fat, because it is the proximal things, like it is the main calorie producing things which we are getting in our plate. The main amount of the food is only carbohydrate, protein and fat, right? The extra amounts like the vitamins, minerals, we can only get it inside of this. We don't consume this like a source, right? We only consume carbohydrate, protein and fat, and in all of it the lysis down products or digestive enzymes are present. In the salivary gland, a small amount of carbs can be digested. In the liver, all proteins as well as carbs, and some of the fats also can be digested. And in the pancreas, every type of the amylolytic, lipolytic and proteolytic enzymes are present. So in the next video we will discuss about the process of digestion. Till then, thank you.